Hey, welcome to Walk and Talk Wednesday. We're up here on the Willow Street project, as you can see behind us. Everything that there is going pretty good, wouldn't you say, Chad?
Yeah, big day last Friday. We kind of opened it up to traffic in each direction on Willow from the roundabout through Creekside, and took a little coordination, but we hope things are working okay for all the businesses right now, and the contractors move on to the next phase, which will be kind of that last phase as we get out towards Tiger Way and the Willow Street entrance to the high school.
Talk to us about Plainside.
Prairieside.
Prairieside. I always get it wrong.
Right behind here. That's kind of that's the last piece, kind of in phase one, that has to be done. And a lot of people noticed there was quite a big change in grade between the old street and the new street. And if you happen to drive by there, you'll notice that all the concrete work is done, the grading work is done, and they're just waiting for asphalt pavement. And so we can get that done, get that back open. And we've taken out the old or the new or the temporary asphalt road that we had, and they're going to continue grading there. And hopefully by the end of next week, we got that all buttoned up, and we can go back to using Prairieside.
Awesome. So you think that'll be done this week?
Hopefully by the end of next week.
By the end of next week. Awesome.
Mayor. So the other thing that's going on with Willow is, of course, school's coming up soon. We're coming up on the end of July, and school will be starting August 18th at the high school. Some of the work that they're doing right now is at Tiger Way and Willow at that intersection. And the contractor has it in his contract to have that portion of work completed by the start of the school year. So we continue to meet with the contractor weekly in their progress meetings, and they're full well aware of that deadline and striving to get it opened up by then. And as of right now, the schedule is looking great. The weather's been great, and it's possible they could be done ahead of that schedule. So something we're keeping close tabs on as well, and coordinating with the school district.
Yep. And then one other thing that people are going to be going back to school here coming up, they extended the turn lane into the high school onto Tiger Way over the summertime. So that project has been complete.
On Minnesota Avenue.
On Minnesota Avenue, yep. And then last night at City Council, we had some rezones. Who wants to talk about that?
Yeah, so we have a piece of property on the east side of town along Willow Street, and that property was previously owned by the city. It's been transferred to the Harrisburg Economic Development Company, and they have helped to market it to a daycare center that wants to build there. It's a special needs daycare facility that they're proposing to build. So with that use comes a little bit of adjustments in our zoning text and our ordinances, and also on our zoning map, and making that use available in the R2 district. And so that's gone through the planning commission. It was at the council last night for first reading, and it'll go on to second reading at the next council meeting.
Awesome. And then the next agenda item that we had up last night was e-bikes. I'll hand it over here. We can talk about e-bikes. Sean's our e-bike connoisseur.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I love going out and riding my bike around town. So honestly, it's been perfect weather to kind of discuss this, obviously. But as a city, we've been hearing a lot of people wanting to get out, be active in the community. We have a great trail system around town. So it became natural to kind of talk about e-bikes within the community. So last night we had our second reading. We're going to be coming back for one more additional reading of that e-bike ordinance, but we're looking at setting up some various regulations on them to make sure that both people riding e-bikes, regular bicycles, walking their beautiful dogs, remain safe on sidewalks or shared use paths in town. So we have some pretty cool regulations on them, just making sure that there's speed limits whenever they're riding on sidewalks or on shared use paths, age restrictions, making sure everyone's safe with helmets, various things like that. So, we want to make sure that people are able to continue riding their e-bikes around town, but in a safe manner. So when people are with their families, are able to help out too.
Yeah, and that's an important ordinance that a lot of communities are dealing with right now. Obviously, the popularity of those types of bikes, scooters, and I do believe the legislature at the state level are likely going to have to be addressing some of the regulations when it comes to e-motorcycles and things like that, and expanding on definitions and how they're managed at the state level too. So something we'll keep tabs on, and we definitely want people to be able to enjoy those types of pieces of equipment and the youth as well that like to ride them. But we also want to make sure everybody's safe in town and how they're operating them and having some rules to go by that help accomplish that.
Another piece of discussion we had last night was so we're working with the Sioux Falls Public Works and the county in Harrisburg out at the 271st and Western intersection. The county and Sioux Falls and us are working on how we can get that intersection better. They're looking at putting in a roundabout out there, and they're talking about the cost share on that. Heath, you want to lead us up on that?
Yeah, absolutely. So that's been a conversation going on for several months now at Western and Highway 106, otherwise known as 271st Street, kind of the northwesterly part of Harrisburg's growth management area. And if anybody's driven that intersection lately, they know that it's a four-way stop, and they know that it gets backed up tremendously, especially in the morning peak hour and the afternoon peak hour during the traffic rush that goes through that intersection. So the Highway 106 is in the county's jurisdiction. They have ownership of that highway. And of course, north of there is City of Sioux Falls' jurisdiction, and south of there isn't yet, but will soon be Harrisburg's jurisdiction. And so the three of us got together to coordinate how we could improve that situation for all the commuters. It doesn't just impact Harrisburg. It doesn't just impact Sioux Falls. In fact, it probably impacts T residents as much as it does Harrisburg and Sioux Falls. So we're trying to collectively figure out how to accomplish an improvement there. And the county went ahead and performed an intersection study. That study's been complete. The county is also, the highway superintendent has proposed a roundabout be constructed in the county's budget for 2027. And we're looking at cost sharing that project with the county, and would love to continue to collaborate with them and see that project successfully completed in 27.
Awesome. I think that concludes our Walk and Talk Wednesday.
Or stand and talk
Or stand and talk. Actually, we got a dog that didn't put his nose in the grass this time, so that's pretty cool that he's standing here perfect for it. But if you're able to, get out and enjoy this beautiful weather before the heat comes back this weekend, and have a good week. Thank you.